A couple of years ago, I had someone come in the shop and sell me a 1969 Triumph Trophy California Special motorcycle. I love this bike so much, I have it displayed in my office because not only is this thing a motorcycle, it's literally a piece of art. The seller recently called me and told me he now has a 1970 Triumph TR6 he's looking to sell. If this bike is as good as the last one I purchased, I definitely see a lot of riding in my future. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, Rick, thanks for coming out. I got something I think you'd like to see. This is an original 70 TR6 Triumph.
Okay.
Totally original, unrestored. This bike you can ride. Everything is functional on it.
I just love Triumphs. They have an amazing history. Because what, it was 1894 when they started selling bicycles? And then right around 1900-ish, they decided to try and put a motor in one of them.
I've got a 1970 Triumph TR6 I think that Rick would love. I've had this motorcycle for about 10 years. This bike is original, unrestored, like new. I'm interested in getting $20,000 for this motorcycle. My wife would like me to thin the herd, so if I sold it, she'd be happy.
This is incredible. Okay, so we got a Triumph TR6, right?
Correct, single carburetor.
They were just amazing bikes. They were so much better than a Harley, in my opinion anyway. They didn't weigh 1,000 pounds. I mean, in the 1950s, you had Triumphs doing 100 miles an hour, which no other bike would do 100 miles an hour. The model most people know when they think of Triumph is the Triumph Bonneville. It was called that because they set the land speed record with one of these 650 engines at Bonneville Salt Flats.
That's correct. And this bike came from Bob LePan's store in Detroit.
Yep, he was the record breaker. Okay, so where'd you get this thing?
I bought it from a friend of mine who had it in his collection. It was a Triumph, a year younger than this, that Evel Knievel used here in Vegas to jump the falls in Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, and had enough power to fly him over the fountains at Caesar's Palace, just didn't land really well.
The suspension left a lot to be desired.
So it runs for a well?
It's a great roadworthy bike you got.
Can I fire it up?
Sure. I love the sound.
It's tuned, I'll tell you that.
It is.
It sounds perfect. It's tuned great. It's not knocking, anything else like that. All right, so how much do you want for this?
$20,000.
Let me have my buddy come down and take a look at it, see what he thinks. We'll go from there if you don't mind.
You got it. Have anybody take a look at it.
All right, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go make a phone call.
Wonderful motorcycle you got there.
It is.
Didn't get any better than this. I think, you know, it's important to kind of know the history of the bike. They were idolized by Hollywood. They were idolized by Elvis Presley, Marlon Brando, Steve McQueen, probably no one more famous with Steve McQueen sitting on his motorcycles, the essential Mr. Cool.
So he's saying this is right down to all the original bolts.
Every nut and bolt is the way it came from the factory.
Well, I think there's some things we can look at here and see. What I look for, I look at like the wiring, if anything's been changed. Okay, Rick, there you go right there. That's the original fuse right there. That's pretty cool. I mean, little things like that will tell you something about the motorcycle. Oh my goodness, look at this. Do you know what that is? Did you notice this here? Bob LePan, Triumph dealer in Detroit.
He was the guy, he's the one who got all the records at the Bonneville Salt Flats. He sold a gazillion Triumphs because, hey, if you're a superstar on motorcycles, let's go to the dealership. And he's like, yeah, come down to my dealership. I'll give you my autograph and I'll sell you a motorcycle.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so the big thing, what do you think this thing's worth?
I just don't see anything that they're trying to fool us on, Rick. It's there. It has not been changed. What I see in the fact that I know that's original stuff. 1970 TR6, pretty darn special. Truthfully, I'd put an $11,000 tag on this and feel good about it.
Okay, well, I'll give you a call if I get it.
Good seeing you, my friend.
All right, man, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, be good now.
So tell you what, I'll give you $7,500 for it.
No, I'll keep it.
What's your best price?
I'll let it go for $9,000. Not a penny less.
$8,500?
Nope. It's a collector's bike. $9K.
Decisions. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'll give you the $9,000 for it.
As a deal.
All right, we got a deal. I'll have my guys come by with a trailer and some cash.
Enjoy it.
I will. Have a good one. Today was definitely a triumph.
Goodbye, sweetheart.